This program will be brought to you by the following sponsors.
Rivals. They are friends, yet powerful foes. The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
Test.
Be the manliest of all men! Come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go!
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore whose discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat
What are these titles? Wait, what?
Unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike.
Blooming roses and bulging muscles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi! Deep in the realms of
And I'm
romance,
damn proud of it too.
Child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
What are these descriptors?
And survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
Persona 4 Arena.
Okay. Lesson mode it is. This is great. I'm already having fun.
You're not coming?
Yeah, I can walk back and forth, and I can crouch, and I can. Oh, I can double jump. Oh shit! Oh God!
You're not coming?
I know, I love it.
Not bad, partner!
Persona 4 was a great game. Persona attack. Okay.
Just getting started!
This is pretty cool.
You're not coming?
Strong Persona attack. Oh, I can make him do combos. Okay.
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! And stay down! And stay down!
I do like Persona 5 a lot. Persona 3 was pretty good too.
Go, Jiraiya! Persona! Go get it! Here goes!
I never played 1 or 2, so I can't possibly comment on that, but this is all basic stuff. Oh damn. Air dashes. That's sick as hell.
Here goes! Here goes! And stay down!
Christ.
You're not coming? You're not coming?
Neat.
Just getting started.
I didn't try the first one or the second one.
You're not just getting started.
Okay.
You're not coming? Oh, crap! Sheesh. No escape.
Air throws too? Damn.
Oh, crap!
Okay.
Take this! Take this! Go! Go! Structure! Now I'm pissed!
Damn.
Try it! You're not coming?
Okay.
This is not no crap! Persona! Persona! Damn it!
This is kind of cool.
You're not coming? Go get it! Over here, getting stuck! Persona! Over here! Over here!
Got like dodges and shit.
You're not coming? Go get it! Go crap! Go get it! Go, Jiraiya! You're not coming? Go get it!
Okay.
You're not coming? Over here! You're not coming?
There's like status helmets and shit in this fighting game. Good lord.
You're not coming?
Danger!
You're not coming?
Penalty!
Really? That sounds like some loser didn't, Monster Hunter. I can do that.
Just getting started.
Guard cancels and shit. This is a crazy fighting game. Come on.
You're not coming? Here we go. 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 Here we go.
Come on. There it is.
Coming? Just getting started. Damn it! Just getting started. You're not coming? Just getting started. You're not coming? Over here! Over here! Over here!
Huh. There it is.
You're not coming?
I will most certainly play Monster Hunter again sometime.
You're not coming?
Let's end this. 1,000 die while a million are born.
Instant kill? Jesus Christ! Okay. Arcade mode it is. Let's see how this works. I wonder if there's anyone still playing this game online.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
And play as a
This is a space that only those who have
And there's some
in
Persona
one way or
3?
another
There's some
entered
Persona
into
3
a
characters in
contract
here?
may enter. In your daily life, you subconsciously heard the call to awaken, and you chose to follow the destiny of your inner voice, thereby enacting your glorious awakening to your power.
I'm gonna play Chie,
You
cause
have
I
your own appearance
want
as
to.
well as your alter ego, your persona.
Green Chie.
I wish you good luck.
Yeah.
The carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
I never discarded my womanhood. Oh, this isn't funny.
This is already fantastic.
Is this inside the TV? But something feels different from usual.
This is a very cinematic arcade mode for an arcade mode.
Battle tournament has finally begun. I, Rosette, will be your commentator. Here, everyone gets to release their pent-up frustration on each other. Settle those little grudges once and for all.
Woohoo! Wait, what? Seriously? Actually, what are you doing, Rise-chan?
We will now begin our On P1 Grand Prix, featuring the manliest of all men.
Whoa, wait a second. What is this? P1 Grand Prix? And Teddy, what's with that costume?
There you are, evil meat lover. I, Captain Ressentiments, shall vanquish you.
Don't call me a meat lover. Oh man, Yosuke's acting weird too. Could the others be the same?
You better worry about yourself first. After all, you're about to be stomped flat.
Huh? What's that about? You want to fight that much? Fine, you asked for it.
All right, let's go.
Round one. Fight!
Let's see how this goes.
Senpai, Scion of Eunice!
Still up!
One side is beginning to dominate.
Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. GA be fast. Good God.
Far beyond your ability.
Not bad at all. A truly stunning victory.
Round two.
The
Fight!
battle's not over yet. What a one-sided battle. Is it over already? And stamina. Are they playing easy now? Are they starting to get a little tired? Will this ridiculous move turn the tide?
Protect me!
Has the battle been decided?
Sheesh!
Here I come! Back. The opponent is still standing! How unfortunate. Better luck next time.
I lost?
I don't quite understand all of the
Damn it,
mechanics
Chief.
even after
Snap
playing
out
the
of it.
tutorial.
That's my
But-
line! You were totally up for a fight!
No, you were. Wait a sec. What we're saying doesn't match up at all. Now that's our Chie-chan. What an amazing victory!
Hey Teddy, what's this all about?
It's a little nutty.
Want to know? Then move on to the next round. By the way, only the winner gets to advance, so keep that in mind.
What the hell? I don't get it at all.
Wait here, Yosuke. I'll find Teddy and get to the bottom of this.
What a shocking finish!
Are the others up ahead? They should come to their senses like Yosuke if I defeat them. Alright, time to get this investigation started.
All right.
Next up, Game 2. The unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Magi! Today's clash
The presentation of this is very stellar.
Game 2 will now begin.
I like it.
If you want to protect me, you can beat me, right? Yukiko? That makes no sense at all.
One. Fight!
Yukiko Senpai understands for taking the stage. That one might hurt. That one hit home. An awakening. This won't be that
Damn.
The round is won! Hooray!
The battle's not over yet! Stop! There! Stop! One side has her select advantage. Although it's down! Come, Sophia! Both sides are waiting for an opportunity. Their phone has been destroyed! Tomorrow, we seem to be getting a bit tired. Isabel? One side has but can they last? Will this
Jesus Christ.
Is anyone surprised?
I don't even know what to say about this. This is nutty.
Everyone is acting weird. I need to hurry and find Teddy
This
so
is
I
a
can make him
fighting
stop all
ass
this.
fighting game. Good God.
Next is Game 3, the blood-curdling Beefcake Emperor, Kanji Tatsumi!
The blood-curdling beefcake emperor, huh?
It's just getting started!
That's a hell of a title.
Next is Game 3. Let's get hyped!
Your kicking technique ain't nothing to me.
Oh, he's really into this.
Round 1.
Both sides are waiting for an opportunity.
Ow.
Anything could happen. Take this!
Here goes!
Scissors Slim! Go, go, go! This is quite one rush after another. Truly a vicious assault. You're unstoppable.
Put an end to this.
Miraculous move. That one is dead on.
Stab him!
Not good.
You're kidding me.
That didn't work out. Were they too impatient?
This is cool.
Round 2.
Battle's not over yet. Persona Dragon King! What a great battle! Back to win. Both sides are waiting for an opportunity.
No dice.
Look at Rosie on the offensive.
Put an end to this.
Miraculous move. High
Stab him!
The opponent's still standing.
Away. Here goes!
What
the hell?
All right, it's over. Finally.
Is anyone surprised by the results?
That was pretty
Where
cool.
is that Teddy? When I find him, he's so going to be punished.
Finally! Game 4, the Beast in Heat, Teddy! All eyes are on the next match!
Here we are, game number 4.
I finally found you! What's the meaning of all this? You better explain yourself!
Tut tut! Words are cheap, Chie-chan. A real man speaks with his fists, not his mouth!
I'm not a man! I didn't discard my womanhood!
If you're a man, then shut up and come at me!
Were you listening to a word I said? Now I'm angry! I'm gonna leave footprints all over your face!
Round 1.
This is great. She whoops ass.
Round
Like goddamn.
You can get revenge this time. It seems one-sided is getting the dominance. This is truly the fight of the century. Today's ascent is such an intense assault. Come on, a close battle. Will this be the hard move turn the tide? You're cornered now.
Ow.
This is turning into a very one-sided battle. I seem to change the pace of the order.
I missed.
Getting out of their league in this battle.
Damn. Okay.
The round is won. Hooray!
final.
This is the last round. Good
Bear
luck to you
passing
both. Who will break this stalemate? Time to pass. Here it is. Dash like it hurt. Wild reversal. This battle is still up in the air. This could be that. Over here. Now will they go for the kill? Triple hit connected. That hit home. Oh my, they lost.
You're so mean, Chie-chan. You didn't have to actually hit me.
You're the one that challenged me! You gotta tell me what's going on here. Why did you set this show up?
Huh? I don't know anything about the show. Isn't it just a surprise someone came up with?
Chie-senpai, thank goodness I got through to you. Listen, that Teddy's not the real culprit. The other one in the costume is. Rise-chan! The one talking during the fight is a fake. Wait, a Teddy in costume? You mean the one with the hat and cape? Yeah, he's got me locked up in the announcement room. Crap, he's back.
Is anyone
Alright, I guess
surprised
we're
by
gonna go
the
save
results?
Rise.
The fake Teddy is the real culprit? And Rise-chan's been captured. Oh, that's not good. I better hurry to the announcement room.
This is very well presented.
Finally! Game 5! Nobody touches his precious Naruto! The Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Yu Narukami! Just a few
Complex
moments until the
Kingpin of
gong
Steel.
fate rings!
Game 5! The air is filled with excitement!
Chie, show me the results of your training.
I don't want to fight, but I have to do this.
Round 1. Fight!
Not enough.
Will they push on through? Will this miraculous move turn the tide? You two insanity! Come on.
This music.
Are they out of their battle? Astounding persistence! You're cornered now! That one hit home!
I am far beyond your ability.
And the round is over!
This is fun as hell.
Disappear.
Oh god.
Come out on top! Both sides are ready for an opportunity. What a one-sided battle! Is it over already? The difference is slim. Go, go, go! They're completely on the offensive.
Woo!
Don't think our feelings. Better luck next time.
What a shocking finish!
This is fun. I'm having a good time.
A fake Teddy in this weird fighting show. Well, I'm sure it'll all become clear once I get to the announcement room.
We have a challenger! The two-fisted protein junkie, Akihiko Sanada! The hall is charged with excitement!
Game 6! Our fearsome contestants are about to bare their fangs!
There's someone here besides us? A shadow. No, doesn't seem like it. Who are you?
That's my line. Why are you here?
I'm after the real culprit behind this mess. What about you?
The real culprit, huh? Sorry, but I don't have time to help you play detective. I've got my own objective.
So do I, and I'm not playing. I have to go on.
Sounds like there's no getting around it. We'll have to settle this.
We can use Persona, but I've got to win this for the others.
One,
And Boxer Akihiko Sanada is about to enter the ring! Who will break this stalemate? Will they push on through? This is truly a fight.
You're up. Gotcha.
I am far beyond their ability.
A decisive win. I look forward to the next round.
round two.
Are you ready for the next round? Both sides are waiting for an opportunity. Mr. Slim, go, go, go! Getting into a very one-sided battle. Looks like they're finally on a critical hit contested. What a fierce battle! They withstand it. Miraculous turn the eye. That's what surrounding person. You're cornered now. The alarm still doesn't hit home. Not bad. What a rare, close battle. You both fought well.
Not bad. Looks like you're not just fooling around.
Of course I'm not. I want to solve the case and save my friends.
Hey, your friends. I see. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said those things to you.
That was real close.
I guess.
This is my first time ever
I'm
trying this.
Akihiko
This is real
Sanada.
nice to look at,
And you?
though.
I'm
Fun to
Chie
play.
Satonaka. What's this objective you mentioned?
I'm looking for a
So I'm a
certain
big
weapon
fan of
that was
Persona
lost in
and fighting
transit
games in
from a
general,
research
so I feel like it's natural
It's
for
an
me to want to
anti-shadow
try it.
weapon known as Labris.
An anti-shadow weapon?
Oh, so you know about shadows? That simplifies things. I have a favor to ask you.
Okay, what is it?
I need you to retrieve Labris. It has to be up ahead, and I think it's at the heart of all this. Since only the winner gets to move on.
This Labris thing might be involved in this? All right, I'll do what I can.
Is anyone surprised by the results?
Labris is at the
See how
heart
this
of
next one goes,
tournament.
because that was actually kind of
You're
tough.
related to that fake Teddy?
Here's your next opponent. You'll hear
Oh, this should be good.
This could be a bitter fight.
Lucky Game 7! Which one will Lady Luck smile upon?
I must go on ahead. My mission is critical. Well, I'm not backing down either.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Round 1.
Presenting the crowd,
Kneel before me.
Who will break the stalemate?
You have time to...
Not bad.
On guard.
Great battle. Either
Archbishop.
side could win. Smashing hit.
Ah! Ah!
Awakening. Will this turn the tables?
Oh!
Très bien. You did well.
I almost pulled that out of my ass.
Razor thin.
Round 2.
Kneel before me. Anything can happen. What a great battle. Either side could win.
Kneel before me.
That one hit home. Oh, what an amazing first strike.
You tried to cut back.
Looks like my final are getting serious. Dead on. Will it all be over in moments? Now, will they go for the kill? Not bad. What a critical hit connected.
I am far beyond your ability.
Now that's a proper victory.
That was also closer than I wanted it to be. Okay.
Final.
Faded final round. Both sides are waiting for an opportunity. The fight is evenly matched. What a devastating blow.
Ow.
Over here. Neither side is defeated. That looked like it hurt.
Artemisia.
Their movement is matched. Critical hit connected. What an awakening. Will this one that one hit home? Can this lead to stay? This could go either way.
Nowhere to run.
Smashing hit.
This can't be.
Woo-wee. Hey, how's it going, Shulk?
A total reversal. What a shocking
After I've come
finish.
this far, nothing would
And then some.
surprise me. I need to hurry and rescue Rise-chan.
I have played, just so you're in the loop there, Shulk, I have played Persona 3, 4, and 5, but this is my first time playing this game specifically.
Finally.
And it's very fun. Fighting gamey as hell. Like there's a lot of crazy shit in this.
This could be explosive.
That's a tough call. It's a hard toss-up between 4 and 5, honestly. I played 5 before I played 4, but I like them both very much a lot.
Is this the announcement room? Chie-senpai! Rise-chan! I'm so
3
glad
was
you're
good
okay.
too, but
Wait, who's she?
I don't think it was quite on par with 4 or 5.
Is Labyrinth. I want to remember it. Labyrinth is a robot? How am I supposed to retrieve this? No.
That is a big
I'm a
axe you have there.
machine? That's a lie. Tell me it's all a lie. Huh? What's wrong? What do you mean a lie? Look, let's get out of here. There's someone looking for you, too. I won't go back. If you're dead set on taking me, then come get me. Look out,
She's
she's
from
a-
Brooklyn.
Round 1. Fight!
Ah! Ow. Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm getting bodied.
I'm not done.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Don't get carried away.
GA, lose.
I do like 5's Palaces a lot, and I like all of the characters in 5.
Fight!
Ah! Christ! Labrys, if you could kindly stop whooping my ass for a second here. Gee, it would have been really nice if that would have hit. Christ! GA is fun and fast, but she does not have range.
Such a wuss.
Yow!
I win.
Fucking Jesus.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Labrys whooped my ass.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Picture in your head your own appearance
other colors does
as
she
well
have?
as your alter ego, your persona.
I'm just
I
gonna go
wish
with
you
regular.
good luck.
Started with her, and I want to
The
finish with
hall
her.
is charged with excitement.
Yeah, Yusuke is not the greatest. But just about every other character is really good.
Is this the announcement room?
Round 1. Fight!
Okay. Yeah, that would have been great if that would have hit. Shit. Oh, I missed my grab.
I ain't gonna be stopped.
GA,
Good God.
round 2. Fight!
All right. Oh God, Labrys is pissed.
I'm not done. Over here. All right.
Christ. Damn it.
What?
Yeah, that's gonna kill me.
I
She just flew away.
win. I'm not done
Jesus
yet.
Christ. That's tough. Okay.
Welcome to the
Very well.
Mysterious. Just a few moments until the gong of fate rings.
Alright.
Round 1. Fight.
Over here.
I know you can combo into that G8. Fuck, hell. There we go. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Shit, shit, shit. That's a counter, isn't it?
G8.
Fuck.
Round.
Lesson learned. Do not try and hit her whenever she does that. Christ almighty. Get armor during that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
I'm not done yet.
Jump over it? That's probably a good idea.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Alright.
Very well.
Give it another go.
It's just getting started.
Nothing else up to this point was really all that hard, and then they were like, no, fuck you, here's Labras.
Round 1.
Alright. God. Shit. Apparently even farther away than that. That was some nonsense. That went full screen.
Fight.
That was like 40%. God damn. Holy shit.
I win.
My God. Just getting my ass whooped.
I wish you good luck.
Okay.
Challenger has appeared.
Maximum effort.
Started. Round 1. Fight.
Watch your feet.
Can't combo off of that, apparently. Come on. You're shitting me.
Ain't my fault if he gets suspended.
Oh. I just need to get myself a better understanding of the mechanics is all. Christ almighty! Are you kidding me? Come on! I jumped that. I jumped that. You are a piece of shit.
I'm not done yet.
Fuck.
Welcome.
I wish you good luck.
Score attack mode.
Just a few moments until the
One thing at a time.
Round 1. Fight.
How did you change direction so fast? Christ almighty. She's got so much range. GA might just be hard mode for this fight because she has no range. I have to get 1.5 miles in on her before I can even do any damage, and she can like hit me from 1 mile away with her gigantic ass battle axe. Good God. Jump it! from behind? Oh my god. Fall down, Lapras! Holy shit.
Did I win?
Congratulations on making it this far. You are truly the manliest of all men.
There you are, true culprit. I already know that you're a total fake.
Can't continue on score attack. Sounds awful.
I am a shadow, the true self. Why did he turn into me? She looks just like Lapras. Is this her shadow? And this whole thing started because Lapras got dropped into a TV?
Yes, I knew. Did you enjoy the show? I did everything you wanted.
Well, this just took a turn.
Goaded every
This is gonna be way harder.
No! Why would I want that?
You wanted regular boys and girls to know what you had to go through. A fighting tournament at school was perfect for that.
That's not true!
If close friends fought for their lives against each other, then they might understand. No. You wanted to make them understand.
No!
I just got this one because it was free at the
It
time.
was useless. In the end, you're still alone. It's all right, though. You can leave the rest.
This is this was one of
What are you
the
talking about?
one of Xbox's
I'm going to kill
free
them
games a
all,
couple of months back.
just like you used to.
Stop! No! I'm Lapras! Just like you used to. Wait, Lapras! Don't say anymore! You ain't me! You can't be me! I can feel the power! Ah!
This is gonna be fun. This has been really flashy and over the top, and I love it though. Hell of an arcade story mode for a fighting game. For arcade, and not even story mode. What in the Sam hell is that?
Greasy-Chan, Lapras, stand back! I'll deal with her!
Round one. Fight!
This is gonna suck. Ow. Christ almighty. That does so much damage. Oh, ho, ho, what was that?
GA. Blue.
I was whooping ass for a minute there, and then I don't know what happened. Oh, God. Stop swallowing me, Satan. Come on, G8. Fuck. Christ.
I'm not dead
Buddy.
yet!
Welcome to the Velvet.
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona. I wish you good luck.
That's the one.
Can you all feel the drama?
Okay. I don't have to do regular Lapras again, do I? No, thank God.
The shadow went berserk!
Round one.
Thank God that was a mile away from me. That does so much damage. Why does that do so much damage? Shit, shit, shit. Whew.
I am far beyond your ability.
GA, wait. Round 2, fight!
Jump, you shithead. Are you fucking kidding me? Why can't she just do that 3 times?
You think you can handle me?
GA, lose, finally. Fight!
Over here!
Come on! In the middle of my combo, even? I win, bitch.
Did I do it?
What is this?
That's called a shadow. It's like another side of you that you don't want to admit.
Another... me?
Wow. She's just like a human. She has a heart and even carried a shadow. It must have been so painful for you.
Sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone.
There's certainly harder fighting game bosses when it comes to final bosses anyway. I don't know if they're
No,
playable in that state exactly
you
like
are
that,
me, after all.
because then it might be kind of OP, but for a final boss it wasn't so bad.
This is my persona.
So I guess that settles things. This battle tournament is over now too, right? Looks like everyone's okay. I'm so glad. Wait, what day is it today?
It's not like Mortal Kombat 2
My agency is
levels of
so
cheap anyway.
bad. Gee, I'm hungry. I'll need an extra large steak bullet. Come on, let's go back together, Labrys.
Huh? I can come with you?
Of course, let's go. We went through
It's also hard to tell how effective some of those moves would be playing as Labrys versus
I see.
the computer that definitely reads inputs.
Thanks.
Because fighting games are designed to suck quarters even if not in an arcade. Woo! That was fun. the arcade. Interesting. There's a story mode. I'll probably try that at some point, but I want to do arcade again.
Welcome to the
Like I said, it really
Velvet Room.
depends on how a
This
human player
place
plays them,
exists
because the
between
AI
dream
always
and
plays cheap.
reality, mind and matter. Now then, why don't you introduce
I'm
yourself?
gonna do another
Here
arcade
goes.
run as my boy Yu
Picture
here.
in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona.
Ooh, I like the red one.
Very well.
Nobody touches his precious knowledge.
And then I'll probably
Sister Complex
try
Kingpin
the,
of Steel, Yu Narukami!
I love that.
What?
Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel.
Kingpin?
That's great. And then I might try out the story mode and check it out. I just want to see what Yu's like.
Ladies and gentlemen, the much anticipated battle tournament has finally begun. I, Rosette, will be your commentator. Here, everyone gets to release their anger and
The AI is always good.
Let's
That's just how
settle
it
those
is.
little grudges once and for all.
Rise? A battle tournament?
We will now begin our very own Grand Prix featuring the manliest of all men.
Teddy's here too?
Here I am! It's so exciting getting to fight against you, Sensei!
You and I are going to fight?
Now let's duke it out! Whoever wins or loses, no hard feelings, okay?
You're making a mistake, Teddy. I got no choice but to do.
Round 1. Fight!
I love the music.
Sit underneath.
Go! He's an
Fight in battle. A tremendous blow already. Will this miraculous move turn the tide? A dogged pursuit.
I already like Yu better than Chie.
Not bad at all. A truly stunning victory.
Round 2. Fight!
Things are heating up.
That sounds hard as hell. Ow, Teddy.
Has the battle signal this miraculous move turn the tide? Devastating blow.
This can't be!
A round of applause for both sides.
I know, I love it.
So cruel, Sensei! You didn't have to hit me like you meant it!
But you're the one who challenged me.
And who is that immer? The real Teddy is so more horribly huggable than that!
A fake Teddy?
I knew you'd win, Sensei! You are the top contender after all!
Who are you?
You really want to know? Then move on to the next round. By the way, only the winner gets to advance, so keep that in mind. Sensei, this doesn't seem right. Something's happening in this world.
Yeah, I'm going to find that imposter. You wait here for me, Teddy.
What a shocking finish!
Said the next round. Am I gonna have to fight more of my friends soon?
Next up, Game 2, the unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Magi! This could be a bitter fight!
Okay, Yukiko.
Game 2 will now begin.
Yukiko, that's not a good way to promote it.
Round 1.
Yukiko Senpai and her fans are taking the stage.
Come, Sakuya. Is it up?
This is truly the fight of the century. That's not a decisive one. You're unstoppable. Will this turn the table? Persona! Sit down. Persona! Has been shattered. Another rush! The opponent loses their move.
Calm down.
Now that's a proper victory.
His music is so good.
Will this streak continue? Who will come out on top?
Ow.
What a fierce attack! Okay, here comes
Christ almighty.
Oh, what an amazing
You kidding?
first strike! Do it! A critical hit! Can they turn this into a victory? Go! Go! Their stamina is low enough for an awakening. Has the battle been decided?
I'm sorry. I couldn't let it.
They lost the lead. What a disappointment.
It's definitely one of the flashiest fighting games I've ever played.
They lost their minds? It seems like they go back to normal after they're defeated.
Big fan of that.
Let's move on to
This is like Marvel vs. Capcom levels of crazy horse shit happening all the time.
Naoto Shirogane! It's just getting started!
Naoto, the 2000 IQ Killjoy. That's great.
Next is game 3. Let's get hyped.
I feel like she'd probably be fun to play as.
I won't let you stifle my investigation.
Naoto, something is really wrong here.
Round 1.
Here comes the detective prince. Naoto Shirogane. Can they turn this into a victory? Not bad. Tremendous roll already. This will be good. Looks like they're finally getting serious.
That is so good.
Persona.
Completely on the offensive. Looks like they're finally on a roll.
Calm down.
Now that's a proper victory.
Round 2.
Will this streak continue? Who will come out on top? One side is starting to dominate. Oh, what an amazing first strike! Will this miraculous move turn the tide?
Don't move! I need distance. Get up! Time to move. I need distance.
Ow.
Are they out of their league in this battle? This is turning into a very one-sided battle. Has the battle been decided?
Steady.
Come on.
Ow!
Ow.
The opponent's still standing. Both sides have awakened. This could go either way.
Ow.
Time to move. At the limit.
I'm sorry. I couldn't let it.
Only difference is
Christ.
the deciding factor.
What a shocking finish!
Where is that fake Teddy? Why is he doing this?
Yu seems like he's got one good setup, but the rest don't really lead up to much.
Game 4. The only thing we know for sure is that he looks like trouble!
Fighting himself.
It's just getting started!
Here we are, game number 4.
Looks like me.
That was the fake Teddy! Congratulations on winning so far. Enough with the jokes, you fake! Who are you?
Sounds like me.
There's no need for you to know who I am. You're only a pawn in my scheme. My shadow?
Round one.
Here we go! Round one! Neither side is getting it in. Push on that one, hit home. Shield off, turn. Miraculous move, first time.
That was dope as hell, though.
That's not good.
Round two.
This is truly the fight of the century. You're unstoppable. An awakening. This won't be that easy.
He's not.
Critical hit connected.
He's not.
In the end, the victor was no surprise.
You're stronger
Easy
than
enough.
I thought. My shadow and my persona shouldn't be able to coexist. In other words, you can't be my shadow. Who are you? How are you still keeping it together? Looks like I'll have to try another time. Wait!
Senpai, can you hear me?
She doesn't sound like she was on the PA. Rise, is that you? The real one?
Senpai, please help me. He's been holding me here. He's the one behind all this, and...
Calm down. Where are you right now?
Oh, sorry, I'm in the announcement room. Oh no, he's back.
Rise!
Is anyone surprised by the results?
Announcement room. Don't worry, Rise. I'll be there soon. I still can't figure out what the enemy wants.
I'm very impressed with this. This is very well done.
Finally! Game 5! The carnivore who's discovered motherhood, Chie Sakuraka! The hall is charged with excitement!
Game 5! The air is filled with excitement.
Chie! It's no good. She's not listening.
Round 1.
Gonna have to cut you up.
Turning into
Over here!
Looks like they're finally getting serious. Can they turn this into a victory?
Oof.
Calm down.
The round is won! Hooray!
Round 2.
Wow! Keep going!
Nice try.
This is truly the fight of
Nice
the
try.
Both sides are waiting for an opportunity. What a tire this has! I understand it. Looks like they're finally getting serious. Has the battle been decided? Let them hit home. Both sides have faced the critical duel.
Woo, whooping ass.
This is the deciding factor.
enemy making us fight? Well, I'll find out once I get...
We have a challenger! The Heartless Archangel, Aegis! Can you all feel the drama?
Game 6! Our fearsome contestants are about to bare their fangs!
I guess should be interesting.
Is there someone here besides us? What is this feeling?
Odd. You remind me of an old friend of mine. If at all possible, I would prefer not to fight.
I can tell you mean well, but I have to beat you and keep going for the sake of my friends.
That is regrettable. I have my own reasons that prevent me from conceding. Still, I cannot shake the feeling since we met.
Could you have the same power as me?
I wish we could resolve this some other way. Let us fight.
Round 1.
I give you damage! No! No! For annihilation! Superior! No! I must simply weigh myself. What a captivating match! No! How will the end? Maximum skill escape!
Ow, 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 ow.
Bramble! Guarding! No! What a remarkable fire effect! Still up in the air!
Easy
No!
enough.
Bramble lightning! It won't be that easy! That was guarding!
Easy enough.
Charging dead on! Now! Damage! Severe impact on damage!
Nice shot.
Such an intense damage! Guarding! Charging! Now! A huge impact damage! Severe impact! Easy now?
Calm down.
That didn't work out! Were they too impatient?
Round 2. Fight!
Whether you can turn it around is all up to you.
Easy enough.
Severe impact. Shot. The fight damage. No. And no attack damage. No. No. Severe like days. First right. Guarding. That was slow. No. No. Severe impact. Charging. Now. Delay in numbers.
Holy shit, holy shit.
Anti-air. The opponent still standing. Severe impact. Guarding. Overall round. How unfortunate. Better luck next time.
Jesus Christ.
You're strong. I concede defeat.
What in the world are you?
I am Aegis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. I know your name from the video.
You're a robot? So why are you here?
I entered a large-screen television in search of my sister unit, who was lost while being transported.
Sister unit? Is she a robot too?
Indeed. Our objective is to retrieve my sister, the 5th generation, Labrys. Or destroy her.
I see. In other words, this will be over once Labrys is retrieved?
I have a favor to ask of you. Will you lend us a hand to retrieve Labrys? My sister, she must be suffering terribly right now.
I understand. I should hurry, or I'll be too late.
What a shocking finish!
Labrys was the trigger for this. And that fake Teddy is in the middle of it all. Looks like the mystery is starting to unravel.
Finally! Game 7, Imperious Queen of Execution, Kitsuru Kirijo! This could be a bitter fight!
Lucky
This is
Game
gonna suck.
7! Which one will Lady Luck smile upon?
I must have you here, whatever it takes.
The same goes for me.
Round 1. Fight!
Presenting the crowd, Mitsuru Kirijo! Critical hit connected! Can this lead be sustained? Eating in stamina, and the most devastating blow, an awakening. It won't be that easy.
Over here!
What?
Go!
Wanna stay?
Christ! She just kicked me right in the dick.
Executed.
Yikes, that was a complete
3, 4, and 5.
Round 2.
Whoa, keep it up!
5 was the first one that I played, and I played 4 and 3 thereafter.
Was dead on!
It's very hard for me to pick between 4 and 5 as to which one I like better.
These are not strikes.
But I do like them both a lot.
Can they turn this into a victory?
Go! Kneel!
What
Ah,
a
no.
muscle! This mountain is still up in the air. Looks like they're finally getting serious. Devastating blow.
Nowhere to run!
Ow.
Rise up! Wanna stay?
Very much appreciate if you stop kicking me in the dick. No.
Both sides barely have any stamina left.
Whew.
Calm down.
What a close battle. I look forward
The
to
answer?
next.
No. I don't know what that is.
Final.
The battle's reached the climax.
I'm coming for you!
What? Not bad. Can this lead be sustained? A fierce attack. That one was dead on.
Freeze over!
Oh god.
One side had the critical hit, an awakening.
Shit.
The battle be decided? That one hit home. What a reversal.
These are not
Keep that
Shit.
Nowhere to run!
No. No, I haven't.
I'll get back up as many times as
That sounds
necessary.
awesome, though. I'll have to check that out.
Welcome to
Lend
the
me your
Velvet
strength.
Room.
Picture in your head your own very well.
On an unrelated note, I got my ass beat.
We have a challenger. It's just getting started.
lucky game set.
Round 1. Fight.
Presenting the crown of Eagle Mitsuru Kirijo. There will be teams in this match. The fight's even match. Can they turn this into a victory?
Sorry.
Please be on the
Shit.
What a reversal! Amazing stamina. Come up. That looked like it hurt. Both sides barely had any stamina left.
Are you shitting me?
I've made a slight error.
An amazing reversal.
Round 2. Fight.
It's a new round. Anything happen.
Persona!
What a quick battle. Devastating blow.
Go
Break the stalemate. Another rush. Is the opponent reading their move? That one hit home.
Ow.
Awakening. So this turned the tables. Not bad.
Ow. Shit.
The opponent's action hit.
Christ.
All right, it's over. Time.
I'll get back up as many times as necessary.
I feel like this fight was easier
Welcome
whenever I
to
was
the
playing
Velvet
Chie.
Room.
Picture in your head, I wish you good luck.
Blue this time.
Here's your next opponent. The hall is charged with Round
Okay.
1.
Presenting the proud regal Mitsuru Konicho! That one was dead on! Both sides are waiting for an opportunity. Will they push off and get a devastating blow?
Ow.
Critical hit connected. One after another. Truly a vicious assault.
I don't plan to lose that easily.
An amazing
What?
reversal. How intense.
What the fuck was that?
Whether you can turn it around is all up to you.
Well, that sounds pleasant.
The fight is even a match. Anything could
Did you miss
happen.
the part where she took over 30% of my health with one move? That was kind of bullshit.
I think they could both use their excitement. Critical hit connected. Dogged precision. Not bad. And awakening. This won't be bad, John. Let them pull down in persistence. Your corner now.
Ah, I didn't want to miss that.
Either side will win. Devastating blow.
What the hell?
What a
Alright. You're gonna make me fucking...
Business. I'll get back up as many times as necessary.
Welcome to the
Lend me your
Velvet
Gonna make me
Room.
actually focus.
Very well.
Here's your next opponent. It's just getting started.
Lucky Games.
Round one. Fight.
Presenting the crowd Regal Mitsuru Kiricho. Critical hit connected. One side has a slight lead. Smashing hit. This is good. I'll wait to the back. Move, turn the side up.
Easy enough.
Dodge right up. Go. Kneel before me.
Calm down.
That didn't work out. Were they too impatient?
Round two.
It's a new round.
I'll have to give it a try. I'm down for it for story and music.
Both sides will make it.
Though, if I'm honest, I think Persona 3 was the hardest as it was.
It seems like critical hit connected. Ooh, an awakening. Not bad. That one hit home. Ice. Overwhelming force. That's like to hurt.
Christ.
Concentrate. Can they make a comeback in the next?
Alright, bro.
This is the last round. Good luck to you both. Can they turn this into a victory? Smashing hit.
Easy
Will
enough.
they push on through? Oh, an awakening. Will they turn the tables? Next time. You're stuck. Now we'll be it. Rise up. Their stamina is low and is for an awakening.
Sorry, guys.
Are you shitting me?
They lost the lead.
I'll get back up as many times as necessary.
This is so goddamn hard.
Welcome.
Here
Very
goes.
well.
At last. This could be a bitter fight.
Lucky Game set.
I must have...
Round one. Fight.
Presenting Frieza.
push on through. And that one was dead on. It's him. Smashing hit. Still no one's finished. Devastating blow. And awakening. There won't be that next time.
He's in the structure.
That's you go home. On guard. Gosh, is the opponent reading their moves?
Calm down.
Can they make a comeback in the next?
Round 2. Fight!
Will this still continue? Who will come out on top? That might hurt. You're a critical hit connected. Can they turn this into a victory? Looks like they're finally on a roll. That kind of fate won't extend this long. Next time. Astounding persistence. It's working now. That one hit home. Devastating blow.
Come on.
He's shocked. He can't move.
That's a win for me.
I got her.
Is anyone surprised
That was
by
tough,
the
though.
results?
There it is. The announcement.
An easy win, my ass. I had that much trouble with her. I'm gonna have a field day with fucking Labras right here.
The hall is charged with excitement.
I'll let this scene play out.
Rise!
Senpai!
Looks like I made it in time. And you're right?
Looks like it. 5th generation anti-shadow suppression in Labras.
This too.
What a name. I remember things now. You know me.
A girl named Igus who said she's your sister told me. Come on, let's go back together.
Successor? Huh. So she's here to destroy me.
No,
Though I
she
did
just
play
asked me
I won't go back. If
Persona
you're dead
4
set on
Gold.
taking me, then come get me.
Look out, Senpai!
Round 1. Fight!
Watch your feet, baby! Give it up!
Easy
That was
enough.
close! Here I go! Way to give it up! That was correct!
Go!
Take it easy! Wait a minute!
Christ almighty, Labras.
She's down.
Congratulations on making it this far. You are truly the manliest of all men.
How much longer are you going to keep that appearance? It's time you showed your true colors.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Why did he turn into me? Another Labras? This isn't good.
Yes, I'm new. Did you enjoy the show? I did everything you wanted. The illusions goaded everyone into fighting each other.
No! Why would I want that?
You wanted regular boys and girls to know what you had to go through. A fighting tournament at school was perfect for that.
That's not true!
If close friends fought for their lives against each other, then they might understand. No. You wanted to make them understand.
No!
But it was useless. In the end, you're still alone. It's all right, though. You can leave the rest to me.
What are you talking about?
What do you think? I'm going to kill them all. Just like you used to.
Stop!
used to. Did something happen before? Still, you can't turn away from it right now.
You ain't me! You can't be me! I can feel the power!
I'm just gonna cut this. Because that's all more or less the same.
This is the true culprit. Reset, Labrys, stay back. I'll handle this.
Round 1. Fight!
Ow! Well, that hit it probably shouldn't have. Yeah, fuck out of here, Shadow Labrys.
You win. Round 2. Fight!
No, what? She was open, that's not fair.
So, you think you can handle me?
She was wide open and her fucking Satan came out and ate me. Fucking horseshit.
Not enough.
Huh?
I'll show you man's potential.
No. 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 Fuck.
I'll get back up as many times as necessary.
Welcome.
Here
Very
goes.
well.
Well, I'll never do that good ever again.
Can you all?
This is gonna be followed by 10 attempts of just getting my ass hammered into the ground.
1. Fight!
Calm down.
You win. Round 2. Fight!
I'm learning. Easy peasy.
I did it.
What is this?
That's your shadow.
Easiest
Lapras.
fight of my life. Didn't even
It's
die.
another you inside that you don't want to acknowledge.
Another. Me?
You're no different from a human. Don't worry. There are people who will accept you for who you are.
I'm sorry I ignored you all.
Looks like it's settled.
Yeah, we did it. Let's try out this story mode.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Now then, why
I get to
don't you
pick,
introduce
huh?
yourself?
This is a space that only those who have, in one way or another, entered into a contract may enter. In your daily life, you subconsciously heard the call.
Lend me your
well.
strength.
We'll start out with you then. The floor, the ceiling, the furnishings, everything is blue. It's quite unlike what I normally see throughout my day. And yet my heart is mysteriously calm. I recognize the slight rumbling as an engine and realize that I'm in a car. Or rather, someplace else I recognize.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hello, Igor. The old man with the bizarre face sitting before me makes an expression that appears to be a smile. Sitting quietly next to the old man is a woman as beautiful and delicate as an ice sculpture.
It seems we have a guest with an intriguing destiny. My name is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Ice sculptures are very pretty, dear. The Velvet Room. Igor. Even though I'm barely conscious, I remember that this is not the first time that I've heard those names. I see, this is a dream. This happened in the past. I've been in this room before. Yes, you have. Several times. If my memory is correct,
This
what he says
place
next
exists
is...
between dream and reality, mind and matter. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter. It may be that such a fate awaits you in the near future.
Sign me up. The words I expect to hear fall from the old man's mouth. I'm surprised that I still remember them. Another me, the one not in the dream. Can't help but smile at that.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I remember this too. When I said my name here, it forged a contract with them. And so I answered. Yu Narukami. Danny DeVito. Oh, shit. When I open my eyes, the light is so blinding that I have to squint. For a moment, I can't figure out where I am,
Right.
and I look around.
I was on my way back.
I mutter to myself, and I look out the window. The sky is somewhat cloudy, unfortunately, but the scenery is as peaceful as always. It seems that I fell asleep on the train headed to the countryside, where I spent the last year in Inaba. If I recall correctly, when I first came to that town, it was an afternoon just like this. I dozed off in the same way back then and was summoned to the Velvet Room. That was when Igor said that misfortunes would befall me, and just as he foretold, I was dragged into an outrageous murder mystery. That was no ordinary case. Persona 4 recap. The Midnight Channel. Shadows and Personas. The powers of the heart. I saw things that could scarcely be believed. But I made memories there that could never be replaced as well. We gained the powers of the Personas and we suffered together. I stood with my friends on that investigation team in these misfortunes and fought alongside them. There's no way I could have overcome such ordeals without their help.
Up to.
After solving the mystery, it was decided that I would leave Inaba around the same time my parents would be returning from overseas. It's been about 2 months since I last saw them all, as they were saying goodbye to me at the train station. I decided to stay at the Dojima residence during Golden Week so that I could spend the holiday with my friends. Of course, my uncle was happy to hear this, and his only daughter, Nanako, should be glad to see me too.
I still haven't picked up Yosuke's gift.
It was supposed to be something special after all. Actually, I'd received a call from Teddy, one of my investigation team friends, this morning. The details of the conversation are a bit confusing.
Hello? Is this Sensei?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really sorry to bring this up, but I forgot to tell you something very important. I have a special request for the souvenirs I'm sure you'll be bringing your best friend.
Teddy, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to tell people what you want them to bring you as a souvenir. I already have souvenirs for everyone, but oh well. Sure enough, Teddy was only asking for some snacks that aren't sold in Inaba, so it wasn't much trouble. But there's one problem.
Can I ask you to pick up something for Yosuke too?
I was planning on bringing something for everyone anyway, but go ahead.
Cool! Well, Yosuke's been down in the dumps after his mommy burned his favorite nurse. She was what I call scorching hot. Just kidding.
A nurse?
Ah, come on, Sensei. You know what I'm talking about.
This is very dirty.
His nurse magazine with the chest examinations and the bare behinds.
Jesus Christ, Teddy.
I see.
Why am I getting Yosuke porn?
You expect me to buy him a replacement?
Of course, silly. People coming to visit are supposed to bring presents.
All right. Oh, I was planning to head back tomorrow, but since we're meeting up early, I decided to go back today. Can you pass that on to everyone?
Aha! Then the sexy nurses will be arriving even sooner.
Jesus
You'll
Christ,
be
Teddy.
like, Sensei, we have an emergency patient. Yosuke will be so happy. Okay then, we'll be waiting for you.
The characters in this game, man. I'm a little worried now. I hope he isn't telling everybody something that would give them the wrong idea. Well, I should just call again once I get there. But I'll ignore that for now. In the end, I wasn't able to pick one up for him. Aww. How can I put it? I'd feel bad for Yosuke if I gave him that magazine and every time he opened it, his friend's face kept popping up in his head. This is great. I have to think Yosuke has his pride too. He doesn't need me buying him this stuff. Then again, this is Yosuke we're talking about. I'm sure he'll understand if I explain my reasoning. Probably.
Now pulling into Yaso Inaba. This will be the last stop. Yaso Inaba.
Oh my god. End of the line already. Looks like I'd been asleep for a lot longer than I thought. Just as that thought came to me, a certain worry crossed my mind. I had a dream of the Velvet Room, did that mean that I was going to be dragged into another adventure? Probably, that's why we're here. Very dirty. Very dirty. No, I shouldn't think such things. I'm overthinking it. Igor had said, I am delighted to make your acquaintance, after all, so it's nothing but a dream. It's quite misleading, since I've had dreams of being summoned into that room ever since. The train begins to slow, and I take that as my cue to gather my belongings from the luggage rack above me. When the train comes to a complete stop and the doors open, even the smell of the wind evokes a sense of nostalgia. I think I'm getting a little too sentimental. I step out to the platform with a wry smile. Okay. I'm standing in front of the train station, but this town is as quiet as it's always been. I realize that the sun has started to set and the orange sky envelops the world.
What should I do?
Today is May 2nd. According to the calendar, the latter half of the holidays will begin tomorrow. I told Dojima-san that I was going to arrive today, but it seems he's been too busy with work to come get me. Ryotaro Dojima. He's my uncle. I stayed with him last year. He's a detective with the Inaba police. He's raising his elementary school-aged daughter Nanako by himself. Seems that he was suddenly contacted by a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department regarding last year's case and will have to work late. What happened last year was very serious, so that may be why this has come up. He shouldn't have worried about it. I recall how apologetic he sounded over the phone and I can't help from smiling. I told him that I knew the way over from the station, but a bag packed with necessities and souvenirs for everyone turns out to be quite a load. Nanako must be waiting for me alone at the house, so I want to get there as soon as possible, too. To be honest, I don't know when the bus will come. Maybe I should just call for a taxi? Just as I'm thinking this.
Nanako?
Big bro!
It is Nanako. There's
You
no
came
way
to
I'd
meet me
mistake
all
her.
on your own?
Why did she come to the station all by herself? True, the Dojima residence is within walking distance, but it couldn't have been easy for her. And even though it's still light out right now, it will get dark soon. And the country roads are barely lit. What would she have done if I hadn't been here? I'm about to voice my concerns, but Nanako sounds slightly proud
Don't
when
worry,
she says,
Dad knows about it. He gave me money for the bus. He said he couldn't make it, so I came instead. Welcome back, big bro. I wanted to see you so much.
Thanks. I'm happy to see you again, too.
my heart. I see. She must have wanted to show me that she's grown up too. She is around that age, after all. For a moment, I'm surprised that Dojima-san let her do this. But I can kind of imagine what kind of conversation took place. Nanako had always been a capable girl, but over the past year, her housekeeping skills have improved greatly, and she's proven herself to be very reliable. She takes the lead in many things within the house, and even Dojima-san can't compete with her sometimes. I can easily imagine that scene in my mind. And it's true that I'm glad someone came to welcome me. I take Nanako's hand and we begin walking
no
side
sense
by
standing
side.
around here. What's in the fridge at home?
Lots. Dad and I bought a ton of stuff since you were coming to visit.
If Nanako says so... If Nanako says so, then he really must have bought a lot. Dojima-san did say he'd pick up dinner for us, but if that's the case, maybe I should put together something to go with it. I asked Nanako what she wants to eat, and she looks back with a twinkle in her eyes.
Are you gonna cook dinner? Ooh, I want to help.
Nanako and I make small talk while we walk through Inaba for the first time in a little while. Being here like this makes me feel as if I've gone back in time to a year ago. That might not be a good thing. After we get back to the Dojima home, I hurry and unpack my belongings before heading into the kitchen. Nanako helps me out as diligently as she had claimed earlier. The way she mixes the eggs seems more skillful than before. You're such a good girl, Nanako.
This is the Evening Journal with news for May 2nd. Our top story is on the domestic airline that was hijacked yesterday.
That sounds terrible. TV in the living room echoes through the house. TV was on quite often in this house. When I first came to Inaba, Nanako was practically being raised by the television. There had been this odd sense of distance between us around that time. She hadn't started calling me Big Bro, and we didn't cook together like we are now. It's little things that bring back memories. Right when we were about done making dinner, Dojima-san arrived with some deluxe sushi. Nanako quickly gets up and rushes to the door. She seems so happy when Dojima-san comes home. Dojima-san apologizes about the sudden increases in his workload, and then we all sit at the table and begin eating. Being here like this makes me feel like the 2 months I was gone never happened at all. There's a warm atmosphere, as if I've always been a part of this family, and I've lived here with them for my entire life. I thank both of them from deep in my heart, and after I give them the souvenirs I'd brought for them, we enjoy chatting with each other as a family. Wholesome.
Phew.
Another familiar room. This is the room that was prepared for me on the second floor of the Dojima residence. Nanako fell asleep from all the excitement. After carrying her to her room, I tell my uncle that I'd be going to bed early as well, since I have plans. All he said was okay. I'm a little perplexed by this, but I have many suspicions. As I opened my door to my old room, it seems I was right. The room is no different than it had been when I was living here. It's exactly the same as it was when I left Inaba. I close the door with a feeling of wistfulness. As I sit down on my sofa, thinking about my uncle's thoughtfulness, I sigh from the exhaustion of the long journey. I'll be able to see my friends tomorrow. Considering that there are still several days left in this holiday, it may be nice to leave early tomorrow and go visit the shopping district.
It's raining.
The time is just before midnight. In mere moments it will be a new day. Whenever it rains at night, I keep checking the time. While I spent the last year in Inaba, I was always checking for the midnight channel, which was a popular urban legend here in Inaba. It's a bad habit of mine, even when I'm not here. If you look at a turned-off TV at midnight on a rainy night, you'll see your soulmate. Discovering that this rumor was actually true was the first reason why I became involved in the murder investigation last year. But the person who actually appears on the Midnight Channel isn't your soulmate. It's the next victim. After discovering this, we all nervously sat before our TVs on rainy nights in order to solve the
That brings
case.
back some memories. Nothing will show anymore, though.
Will nothing really appear, though? I suddenly have doubts. Why would I think that? After we solved that case, we all confirmed that the Midnight Channel wasn't appearing anymore. The empty screen stays silent.
Just
So
in
why?
case.
It's not going to turn on. There's no way. The more I think about it, the more I feel my resolve fading. I peer into the TV screen as if something is drawing me into it. The only thing I see is my reflection in the dark glass of the CRT television. Or so I thought. Uh-oh.
Rivals. They are friends, yet powerful foes. The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that bores me has gotta go!
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my
You need to eat more meat.
Unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muzzles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi! Deep into realms of romance, the body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight
Music looping.
and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
What on earth was that?
I don't know.
What? Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel?
Is that me? Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel? I'm impressed. There's so much wrong with that phrase. I don't know where to begin. No, I shouldn't be thinking about that. Those words aren't the problem here. I hurry to make sure that the TV isn't plugged in. That was the Midnight Channel. What it was actually showing was rather ridiculous, but thinking back, everything that the Midnight Channel showed last year didn't make much sense either. I'm suddenly gripped by tension. The Midnight Channel is appearing again. I have to find out why. I pull out my cell phone and search for
Let's see,
Yosuke's number.
Hanamura Yosuke.
I quickly hit the call button. Does everyone know about this? Is everyone aware that the Midnight Channel is still being broadcasted? Do they know that it's showing us? And that we've been given taglines that can only be described as uncharitable?
Hello, this is Yosuke.
Yosuke?
It's nothing. I just freaked out when you called all of a sudden. Yeah, that's it. What's up? Hey, when do you want to meet?
I can tell what's going on just by the sound of his voice. Yosuke knows about what's happened on the Midnight Channel. Just now, and he's trying to hide that from me. Considering that I've been out of Inaba for a while, I'd bet he's trying to keep me from worrying about it. There's no need for him to be concerned about that. Then again, I can kind of understand how he feels.
And
I am his
not
friend
why I was
after all.
calling. I saw the Midnight Channel. You saw it too, right?
Huh?
I can easily hear Yosuke's panicking on the other side of the phone. He's probably surprised that I saw the Midnight Channel when I shouldn't even be in Inaba right now. He must be thinking that the Midnight Channel is now appearing on the national TV network. Looks like Teddy didn't tell them after all.
Since we're meeting up early tomorrow, I decided to come today. I figured you wouldn't think I could have seen it, so I gave you a call.
Well, I assumed you weren't here yet, so I didn't want to rely on you.
You haven't changed. So how about it? You're not gonna leave this be, are you, Captain Resentiment?
Why'd you zero in on that part? Did you see how they called you a Sister Complex Kingpin?
Mine's not that bad.
You think? Oh, I ought to tell you, that program's not the only strange thing lately. Teddy, Rise, and Kanji aren't here either. They disappeared.
For a moment, I'm at a loss for words. Not only has the Midnight Channel come back on, we've lost contact with 3 of our friends? I have a bad feeling about this. Can't believe that those two things... I can't believe that those two things are unrelated.
Tomorrow, like we planned.
Yeah, at the Jeunesse food court. Welcome back, partner.
Every day is great at your Jeunesse. I'm suddenly reminded that I haven't even greeted Yosuke yet. I finally feel the sense of worry fade a little. I answer with a smile. No matter what has happened, our friends may be in danger. If that's so, then there's only one thing to do. Speaking of things I have to do,
Sorry to say, I forgot to pick up your souvenir.
A souvenir? Don't even worry about it, man.
You sure? I thought you were really looking forward to it. Those nurses.
Nurses?
I had a feeling he wouldn't get it if I don't tell him. Flat out. This is rather hard to bring up,
Teddy asked me to
oh
get
well.
it for you. He said you were crushed that they got burned.
Oh, wait, this is all...
I didn't know you were into nurses.
Shut up! That's enough! Damn it, you're trying to wind me up, aren't you? Stay home, you jerk.
But I'm
Stay
already
home,
here.
you jerk.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Stay home, you jerk. At least it seems like he understands about his souvenir. In any case, the preparations have been made. Tomorrow, I'll meet with everyone to sort through whatever information we have on this situation. If we have to, we'll go back into that world. It'd be best if this was all just our imaginations. But unfortunately, we know that the Midnight Channel wouldn't have appeared without a reason. I should make sure I'm ready for tomorrow and get some rest. Junes! This place is lively as always. I look across the food court on Junes' roof for the first time in a while. Even though there aren't many people in Inaba, this place is exceptionally crowded. Plus, because it's Golden Week as well, I feel like it's busier than usual. I happen to run into Yosuke at the elevators. We briefly greet each other. Guys are weird like that. The closer we are, the more simple our interactions when we meet each other face to face. Two of us step out of the food court. We immediately find Yukiko and Chie. They wave back at us from the bench
Good to
they're
see you
sitting
guys
on.
again.
Welcome back! We missed you! The guest of honor's finally here! You're looking well.
Welcome back. Should we...
Oh, he already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's actually the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion, hasn't it? But I'm glad you came.
More while we all sit down. Then Yosuke stands up and clears his throat loudly. He's probably been for the right moment to say something. He hasn't mentioned anything to me, but I can easily guess what he's about to say. Towards
It sucks that we
Yosuke.
can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
Oh, the team is back! Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's do this!
I don't think the applause is necessary.
Why not? It's been 2 months since we last saw each other, after all. Chie and Yukiko start chuckling when I shrug, and though Yusuke seems saddened at that, he still ends up laughing along as well. It's a relief to see that they're the same as always. But because of that, it makes me even more worried about the friends that aren't here right now. We can't start slacking. We begin to sort through the information that we know about.
Well, let's get cracking. I mean, this is no laughing matter. No one's heard from Teddy, Kanji, or Rise. Just those three, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a hold of Naoto-kun, but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her. She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here too.
If she has a reason for not being here and we can still contact her, then Naoto should be fine. That leaves Teddy, Rise, and Kanji. Not hearing back from them after an entire day has passed isn't normal at all. The relationship between their sudden disappearances and the reappearance of the Midnight Channel last night disturbs me.
One thing's been bothering me. The picture on the TV was very clear last night.
Yeah. Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here. Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
Chie seems pretty angry about it. Many of the locals know about the rumor of the Midnight Channel. In other words, this troubling broadcast has already been seen by who knows how many people. From what I've been told, the moment Chie tried to ask another student about the Midnight Channel, the other girl ran away with a look of fear on her face. It's no surprise that Chie would be angry.
What bothers me most is Teddy. He was acting like the host of that show.
Yeah, we can't find him.
This smells fishy. Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
I guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
That's right. Go inside the TV. Out of everything, that was the element that shook our common sense the most out of everything we experienced last year. Actually, the murders in last year's events happened in another world inside the television. This world is filled with monsters called shadows that are born from people's hearts. Because my friends and I gained personas, the power to defeat these shadows, we were able to enter the TV screens and fight them.
Won't we be stuck in there without Teddy to give us an exit?
But even we persona users would find it extremely difficult to leave that world on our own. In order to come back, we need the exit TV that our friend Teddy was capable of creating.
So. I've had Teddy keep the exit TV out on that side.
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddy wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
No matter what the reason, it's reassuring to know that we have an exit strategy ready for us. To be honest, I almost fell into it the first time it appeared in my room after all.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there. Is everyone ready?
We're all good to go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
We all share a look to confirm our intentions. All of them nod back. I can see the seriousness in their eyes. Even though there was a 2-month gap since I last saw them, they still continue to put their trust in me. I feel a slight sense of pride as I stand up from the bench. The large screen TV in the electronics department is directly below the food court. That was the entrance we always used last year. There's a lot more reading and exposition in this than I anticipated. This is like playing a whole ass another Persona game.
Full of people.
And not just a fighting game.
Around town. It's time to go. Hello. All the models are on sale right now.
You know, it's been a while since last time.
I'm a little nervous.
Whoa, wait! There are still people in this aisle!
Hey, get ready! The customers are going away! Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go!
Yeah!
Here we go. This is damn cool.
Different from usual? Oh no! What do we do?
What can we do? We can't stop now!
I hear a voice. It's a woman's voice. Sounds familiar to me. This voice is... Ah.
Welcome to the
Hello,
Velvet
Igor.
Room.
Margaret. Hello, Margaret. I don't sense that distinctive floating feeling that I usually have when I enter the TV world. When I concentrate, I realize that I must be sitting in a chair. The moment I open my eyes, I see vibrant blue. The Velvet Room. I visited this place an untold number of times last year, and once more in my dreams yesterday. I never thought I would return to this place.
It's not a dream this time? What's going on? Didn't my contract end already?
Igor, who usually sits front and center, is nowhere to be seen. The one to greet me is the woman with silver hair, Margaret. Could this be a personal summoning, then? That happened a few times last year, too. Margaret smiles as if she senses my suspicions.
This room is tied to your fate. Nothing that occurs here is meaningless. Though you reached an end to one journey, you now find yourself here again. This shows that you will once again be faced with a question.
A question? And something really is going on?
Another mystery has appeared. We are about to be dragged into it again. Could that be what she means?
What befalls you will upset your status quo. It is true that you've opened the door once already, but all things change. Nothing ever remains the same. What you gained before will change over time as well. You will have to face them once again.
Face them? Again?
The first thing that Margaret's words stir up in my mind is the sight of my friends' smiling faces. Is that going to change? No, that can't be true. And face them again? That's impossible. Once I wake up and leave this room, I should still be with my friends. There's no need to jump to conclusions. But Margaret appears to have anticipated my thoughts and smiles with narrowing her eyes.
Show me how you will proceed down the path that awaits beyond the door you've opened.
Makes sense. My vision wavers and the blue light before me vanishes quickly. Wait. I still need to know what you mean by those words. I want to fight shit.
Where am I?
I'm gonna listen to this song a minute. This is one of my favorite songs. Ah, yeah. Where did I get thrown to when I left that blue room? The scenery is so unexpected that I'm at a loss. This is a school. It's the music room of Yasogami High. I attended this school with my friends until recently. There's no mistaking it. We entered the TV together, so why am I here? No, that's not right.
No, wait. This has to be the TV world.
The graffiti on the ground. Shoes placed like they're for some kind of ritual? The eerie shining of eyes and the portraits on the wall? The more carefully I look, the more I realize that this place is not the real Yasogami High. Most of all, I sense no warmth from this place, like I always did from the students who would come and go from here. This is a fake. It's definitely not the school I attended. What happened to turn the world inside the TV to this? On top of that, we entered the TV from our usual entrance, but I ended up in a completely different place.
This has never happened before.
I also realized that my friends aren't with me either. Did we somehow get separated? I start to feel chills down my spine and I look around.
Hello! Sorry for the wait! Greetings, boys and girls of Yasogami! The P1 Grand Prix is about to begin! There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out! Tell us how you really feel!
What the?
I shout out questions, but she doesn't answer. This is Rise Kujikawa. That's how you pronounce that name. Ugh. Rise Kujikawa, one of our friends on the investigation team that we couldn't contact. Does she not hear me, or is she choosing not to respond? As I ask myself this, I hear different voices echoing as well. I look around in surprise. Those voices. It's not just from one or two people. I see countless students staring at me from the hallways, the entrance, everywhere I turn.
May I have your attention, please? I, Rosette, will be your commentator. But first, the General has a few words for you all.
What's going on? Why are there so many people inside the TV world? Before I could think of any answers, Rise makes another announcement. And as if on cue, the monitor in the music room turns on. What appeared on it was Teddy. He was wearing a strange hat and cape, just like he did in the Midnight Channel last night. First Rise and now Teddy? What are they doing?
You're all here now. Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix!
That's the same as well. It's the same bizarre tournament that was shown on the Midnight Channel. Then, is Teddy really the one behind
Teddy,
this
what's
insanity?
going on? We came to look for you and Rise and...
Always with the talking, Sensei. It's a big waste of time. Less talk and more fighting. With the next challenger, come on down.
Teddy looks away and makes a dismissive gesture. Smoke suddenly bursts out from underneath me and robs me of any visibility. Is there someone beyond that white curtain? Eventually, my field of vision begins to clear. I keep my guard up, expecting anything. But who should appear but Yosuke? Though I hadn't expected to run into him like this, I'm relieved to see that he's safe. Teddy did say something about a challenger just a moment ago. I recall that the P1 Grand Prix that appeared on the Midnight Channel looked a lot like some kind of fighting competition. Wait, am I supposed to fight Yosuke now? That's not funny at all.
Expecting you and me to fight.
Looks like. Sheesh, what's Teddy thinking?
Starting that up already? I won't let you get all buddy-buddy with each other. These battles are fought to the death. Only the victor can proceed.
This joke's gone on far enough, Teddy. We're not gonna play along.
I know, I like it. I look over at Yosuke, hoping that he would agree with me. But Yosuke did not appear interested in what I had to say.
I guess he should declare me the winner then.
Yosuke?
What? You don't plan on fighting, right? That means I win by default.
That was not what I expected to hear. What's gotten into you, Yosuke? Do you have some reason to be talking like this? Can't figure out what's going on. Yosuke continued to speak in a carefree manner, and said something that I simply couldn't believe.
I mean, since Nanako-chan's here and all?
Nanako's here?
Wait, really? You haven't seen her? She's with Teddy.
That can't be. I saw Nanako back at the house when I left this morning. And even then, Nanako can't enter the TV world on her own. But she's in this world? I can't believe it for a moment. But what if it is true? Coming into this world can tire a person out very quickly. On top of that, if someone who can't use a persona comes here, it can sometimes even be fatal.
Yosuke, where's Nanako?
Whoa, what's gotten into you, partner? No need to get hysterical.
Why are you so calm about this? You know what happened to her last time she came here.
Nanako did come into this world once last year. It was not something any one of us would have wanted to happen. That was the start of a whole chain of events. Remembering them is heart-wrenching, even now. And yet, no, even then, it might be wrong for me to lash out at Yosuke for the way he's acting. Calm down, I need to think straight here. All Yosuke said was that he saw her with Teddy. Then was Nanako brought here by Teddy? If he's the leader of this
be
tournament...
straight with me. Are you sure Nanako's with Teddy?
How should I know? If I had to guess, I'd say she's probably still with him. Man, are you alright? Are you that worried about Nanako-chan? It's no wonder people look at you funny, thinking you have a sister complex.
The sense of wrongness that I've been feeling this whole time is getting even stronger. True, Yosuke may say some insensitive things, but mostly that's because he reads too much into his situation and becomes outspoken. He's not the type of guy to enjoy making hurtful
Yosuke,
remarks like this.
Are you alright?
Huh? What are you talking about? I should be the one saying that to you. She's not even your real sister. All that big bro stuff really creeps me out. It was a while ago that I saw her. It's probably too late to save her now. You know how things went last year, after all.
Yosuke.
He's definitely not the Yosuke I know. Yosuke is my friend. He wouldn't be so callous as that. At least I thought so up until now. He was the one who had to face the pain of losing someone he cared about when the murders first started last year. I can't hate him for accidentally mentioning someone who was dead, but the way he's acting, he's doing this on purpose. I silently draw my sword
Draw
to
your
face
weapon.
Yosuke.
You'll get your fight.
What? Dude, what are you saying? You told me you'd let me win by default.
To be honest, I was thinking that this Yosuke before me was some kind of fake. I even wondered if something had happened to him, and Yosuke's shadow had appeared again in this world. But this wrongness that I keep sensing is nothing like that. This probably is the real Yosuke. And the strangeness I feel is because these words really are coming out of the mouth of someone I never thought would say them.
I don't know if you're
So
being
then.
controlled or if there's something else going on here. Either way, you must understand the best way to resolve the situation.
There's no way to tell if what I'm saying is getting through to him at all. But if I want to figure out what's going on, I'll just have to fall for this trap
but
once.
I'm gonna go all out. No hard feelings.
Time to set up.
All that talk and you're gonna fight against your partner after all? Well, whatever. Let's hurry up and get this started. Ready?
Fight, 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 fight.
Finals.
Here comes Yosuke Senpai! Scion of Judas! You're unstoppable! Celebrate me! This will be that! Has the match been decided? The opponent's still standing! In the end, the victor was no surprise!
Only one round, huh?
Amazing, Sensei! Keep that up and zoom on ahead!
Ahead? You're gonna continue with this? Teddy, about Nanako.
I don't want to spoil the surprise. If you want to find out, you'll have to get to me. And I can't say why, but I think you should hurry.
The monitor shuts off. I still haven't learned anything about Nanako. But he did seem to have been expecting me to ask about her. I don't want to think about it, but Nanako really may be here. The moment the monitor turned off, the students began to leave, like waves in a receding tide. No, they don't look like students anymore. There's something inhuman, just taking the shape of students. I was too focused on the fight to notice, but it seems their true forms were coming through. They look like silhouettes. Could they be shadows? Even so, I don't sense any hostility from them. Well, if they're not a threat, and they're going away, there's no need to chase after them. Besides, there's something more important to do right now.
Are you alright?
Yeah, pretty much. I walk towards where Yosuke lies, collapse on the ground, and give him my hand to help him up. So far, I'm intrigued with this story, though.
I seriously thought you were gonna kill me.
The same went for you. I wouldn't have stood a chance if I held back on you.
Yosuke grimaces in pain as he stands, but he doesn't seem to have suffered any severe injuries. That's good. I knew I couldn't risk going easy on him, so I was a little worried that I'd actually hurt him. But once we get a good look at each other, Yosuke's demeanor suddenly changes.
That aside, shut up about the nurses already. It's not like that's the only thing I ever think about.
What's this about nurses?
Huh? You were harping on it the whole time. How can you stand there and constantly bash my taste in women with a straight face? Is it such a crime to like nurses?
Wait a second.
I don't understand why he's suddenly angry, but he's not making any sense at all. I tell Yosuke to calm down and we go over what he thought had happened before the fight. We learned that our memories of what each other had been saying didn't match up at all. According to Yosuke, it seems that I'd been, well, teasing him about his taste in women. Yosuke was so heated up over what I'd supposedly said that he almost went into graphic detail, but I stopped him before things went too far. I mean, really, it's best for both of us if we pretended this had never happened. But thanks to our conversation after the battle, I've come to realize something. If we'd been hearing each other say things neither of us had been meaning
Yosuke,
to
let
say,
me ask
then...
you something. Is it true that Nanako is here in this world?
She is?
Yosuke's at a loss for words. He had no idea what I was talking about. It's just as I thought. Yosuke doesn't know anything about Nanako. If that's true, then what I had heard Yosuke saying before the fight was something that Yosuke couldn't possibly have said. This only makes me more convinced that I have the right idea. What I had heard wasn't what Yosuke had meant to say. I don't know how, but something else had made Yosuke say those words, even if he didn't know he was saying them. That reminds me, Teddy on the screen had said that I needed to get to him if I wanted to find out the truth. Does that mean that Teddy has done this?
I guess there's no choice but to keep going.
Nanako is good friends with Teddy. I don't want to imagine it happening, but if Teddy wanted to kidnap Nanako, it's certainly possible he could have. I want to go home at once and check to make sure she's okay, but I have no idea where I am. Even worse, Teddy holds the means of returning to the real world. There's no way out of here unless I find Teddy on my own.
Yeah.
Well, be careful.
Be careful. I'm worried about you. Do your best. I sense a lot of emotions behind those words. Yes, I know that now I'm hearing the real Yosuke. I take Yosuke's cheering me on to heart and leave the music room. Teddy had said that only the winner could go on in this tournament. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's probably not a lie. Yosuke understands that as well. That's why he's trusting me to sort it all out and lets me go without much talk. He's frustrated that he can't help me out. I could just be jumping to conclusions there. After all, Teddy did say that that was the rule, but we don't have any proof either way. Well, I might as well see what he meant by that. I stopped walking and turned back to Yosuke.
About those nurses.
Ah, quit it already! Are you out of your mind again?
Yosuke turns bright red and rushes towards me, flailing wildly in an attempt to stop me from finishing. And... there's a painful sounding noise as he runs into something invisible and slowly slides to the floor.
What is this?
So there's an invisible wall. Looks like the loser can't leave the room.
It looks like there's some force that prevents the loser from leaving the area where the fight took place. It's likely that every time one of these battles happens here, the winners will get sorted out this way.
I see how
That's
it works
annoying.
now. Thanks.
If Teddy really has kidnapped Nanako, there's no time to lose.
Don't use me as your guinea pig. Wait, that's it? Hey, don't wear yourself out, alright?
I turn away as Yosuke shouts at me. Not to worry, Yosuke. I give him a quick smile before leaving the area for real this time. At that moment, I feel a wave of disorientation crash over me. I'm surprised that this is happening without warning, but it's not a threat. After all, I know this feeling all too well. Hello.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
I'd been leaving the music room, but now I'm sitting in the Velvet Room for some reason. Margaret greets me with her usual smile. This room is truly mysterious. This room truly is mysterious. English, do you speak it? But why would she summon me like this? Margaret sees my suspicious
Things have
expression and
only
speaks
just
up.
begun, and yet you already seem tired. The misfortune that has befallen you can be thought of as a sort of trial.
A trial?
I want to know the details behind her words, but I know that she won't answer me even if I ask. The inhabitants of the Velvet Room never reveal everything. That's because they can only watch over the choices their guests make. Margaret's smile broadens when she sees that I don't intend to ask her anything.
I am an observer on your journey. I would do nothing so thoughtless as to force you to make. You do not need such provocations. I already know that you shine brilliantly enough.
This shine she speaks of. Could it be about my ability to use personas?
That is part of your brilliance. Personas are masks of resolution, strengthened by controlling one's heart, by forming bonds. You understand this well, don't you?
Yeah, that's how we all fought up till now.
Yes, indeed. But one's heart is intangible. It cannot be seen and cannot be felt. When polished, it releases a strong light unlike anything else. But it can also be clouded by trivial things. Have you ever felt that way? You truly are strong. I find that very appealing about you. But you should remember that not everyone is as strong as you.
Okay. Margaret's voice fades away as she answers me.
From here on, you will be forced to re-examine the things you know as bonds. How will you face the changes to come, and what choices will you make?
When I open my eyes again, I'm in the school's hallway, listening to bumping music. I turn around and see the door to the music room closed behind me. Was I only summoned to the Velvet Room in spirit? There's no way for me to figure out what just happened, but I think back on what Margaret has told me.
Huh?
Even though the people of the Velvet Room avoid saying much, what little they do have to say always has meaning. Well, it's true that Margaret has said some strange things while I've known her, but she's never said anything meaningless while we're on duty. I would assume that this would be the case now. I may have to keep her words to heart. Oh, it's back. In any case, I need to concentrate on this case for now. I'm sure I'll understand the meaning behind what she said when the time comes. I must proceed. Though this bizarre place looks nothing like the Yasogami High I intended, the building seems strangely familiar as I run through it. Teddy has appeared on the monitor in the music room. From the looks of things, he appeared to be behind what was happening. but I'd heard Rise's voice over the school's PA system before my fight with Yosuke. If this school works anything like the real one, I can make a good guess as to where Teddy and Rise are.
Announcement room.
But of course, things aren't that easy. Those invisible walls keep getting in my way wherever I go. It seems that some of these walls don't let anybody through, no matter if they won or lost their fights. Every single time I run into one, I'm forced to take another path. It's like my route is already set for me.
Being led somewhere.
I stop for a moment in the hallway out of the practice building, and I mutter to myself while I take a look around. Who is nowhere there trying to lead me?
Hey, you
At that
there.
moment,
You're one of them participants in that there Grand Prix thing, right?
a voice that I don't recognize at all breaks me from my reverie. I instinctively jump back and draw my sword in surprise.
Whoa. What's the big idea? You could poke someone's eye out swinging that thing around.
I'm from New York. I turn around to see a girl that I've never seen before. Is she part of that crowd? No, she looks like a real person. She was caught by surprise when I suddenly pointed my weapon at her. Although she flinches, her words don't lose any of their intensity. How bold of her. That may seem like an odd thing to say, but it's what suddenly crosses my mind. But this girl doesn't seem to have any intention of attacking me. I sheath my sword, but remain
Sorry,
cautious.
I didn't mean to startle you.
Sorry ain't gonna cut it. What were you gonna do if you hurt one of the students here, huh? You can't go pulling that stuff without student council approval. All right, the jig is up. I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm not in this because I want to be. I'm trying to stop the tournament.
Trying to act non-threatening, but the girl continues to glare at me. Who in the world is this girl? Don't know. I didn't really think about it, but you're right. She's wearing a Yasogami High uniform. She said something about the student council, but I don't recognize her. You don't encounter people here in this world that often. If a person is here, then they're either a
Why are
Persona
you here,
user
by the way?
or a...
Wait, did you fall inside a TV?
That's right. I might have put it a little differently, but if she can't enter a TV herself, the only possibility is that someone threw her in. That was what is happening in the murders from
Go
last year.
inside a TV? What kind of nonsense is that?
She's not aware of it. But if she was a Persona user, I don't see why she'd hide that fact. If she was trying to keep that from me, then she wouldn't have come to talk to me like this. Then does that mean she's a victim after all? Carefully, I choose my words to avoid provoking the girl
I'm
and
Yu
introduce
Narukami.
myself.
I was a second year at Yasogami High until last year.
Huh? Last year? But that uniform.
Oh no, this is kind of my usual equipment when I'm in the TV world.
Equipment?
Never mind. Forget it.
Well, if you were only around till last year, I ain't gonna blame you for not knowing. I'm the new student council president. Nice meeting you.
Student Council President. If I'm remembering correctly, the Student Council elections should have taken place just before the holidays. I have no knowledge of who won any of those elections since I'd left Inaba before they took place. That reminds me, I didn't have any friends on the Student Council last year either. This girl may very well be the president. No reason to
Now
not
it's your
believe
turn
her.
to spill. You said you ain't in the tournament because you want to be. Then what are you doing here? And what's this tournament about in the first place?
I feel that if I don't explain things very clearly to her, it will only provoke her further. But trying to tell her everything about what's going on here will only confuse her. I leave out the fact that this place is inside a television and tell her about the other things that are going on. First, I tell her about Teddy, that a friend of mine is likely the one who set this tournament up. Second, I encountered some of my friends who were dragged into this as well, but they were acting strangely. And third, that my cousin, Nanako, still in elementary school, may have been dragged into this mess. The girl calling herself the student council president seems skeptical while I talk, but eventually she sighs.
So if I got this right, you didn't start this, but your friend did. Well, you don't seem like you're lying.
It seems that she somehow grasped the gist of what I was trying to say. I thank her out of politeness, but she laughs and asks why I'm thanking her. There's still more difficult task left at hand. How do I make her understand that this is all within another world, one accessed by going through a TV screen? She still appears to be energetic, but it doesn't change the fact that she's in danger. I have to get her out of this world no matter what.
Hey, that sounded like it came from the gym. I ought to tell you to go home, but I get that you're worried about your sis. Come on, let's go check it out.
We both start running at the same time. I reach my full running speed when something occurs to me. I'm surprised to see this Miss President keeping pace right beside me. Just standing still in this world would be strenuous for a normal person. Well, she doesn't even seem to be out of breath. She's quite impressive. I take a moment to quietly praise the girl running next to me. You're a good runner. We burst into the gym where all the noise came from, but there's no one here. Instead, we see huge piles of stacked chairs. They're twisted and intertwined everywhere on the open floor of the gym, forming huge towers that reach almost to the ceiling.
What is this? Who'd go to all this trouble?
The girl stares up at the chairs, seemingly dumbfounded. Suddenly, the monitor in the gym flickers to life, and as I expected, Teddy appears, again in that costume.
Oh, are you on a hot date, Sensei? Well, that's fine with me, of course. But shouldn't you keep your mind on the fighting? Whoa, you look so mortified. That's the face I was hoping to see.
He's not saying anything completely straight, but he's obviously hinting that he knows I'm worried about Nanako. I know that saving Nanako is important, but I can't leave Miss President here alone and abandon her for this world either. Still, I feel Teddy's words causing me to doubt myself. And Miss President raises her voice.
You! You're the ringleader of this mess, aren't you? What's the idea? Raising a ruckus like this without running it by the student council? Pack it in and clean all this up already.
She speaks as fast and as clearly as she had when I first met her. After getting a clear look at her, I feel like I've come to realize where she gets her courage from. She truly wishes to protect her school. Her strong awareness of her duty is surpassing her fear. The Teddy on the monitor looks annoyed and sneers at Miss President. It's incredibly detestable. I can't believe that Teddy can even make such a malicious expression.
I'm in the middle of an important conversation with Sensei. A yappy little mutt like you should be muzzled and sit in the corner. Sit, puppy, sit.
He has absolutely no intent of dealing with her seriously. Miss President turns bright red in humiliation from being brushed off like that. This is enough. I take a step forward to put myself between the monitor and Miss President.
I'll take it from here. It's all right. There's nothing to worry about.
Miss President's lips are trembling. She must be angry that there's nothing she can do herself. I don't want to let those feelings continue, so I turn to face Teddy on the monitor.
That was pretty harsh, Teddy. Hard to believe a womanizer like you would say such things.
What's so attractive about a shameless liar like her?
Liar? Do you know something about her?
The way he said that makes it sound like as if there's some history between the two of them. But as usual, he doesn't bother to give any details in his answer.
Your opponent's getting tired of waiting for you. With the next challenger, come on down!
After that line, another cloud of smoke rises from the floor. But this time, it is Yukiko who appears.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. What's the matter?
It's nothing. Are you alright? Has anything odd happened to you?
Odd? No, I don't think so.
Yukiko seems alarmed to see me in defensive posture. I feel my shoulders relax in relief as I shift my weight to stand normally. Seems that she hasn't been affected like Yosuke had. I didn't think I'd been that tense, though. Now that's the Yukiko I remember. She's as sharp as always. Exactly when we need her. If she's not being confused, then I can immediately ask her for help. I try to explain what I need from her.
I'm heading to the announcement room where Teddy is. I need you to protect this girl from me. She might be a victim of all this.
I motion towards Miss President standing next to me. Yukiko looks at me in surprise. I don't blame her, though. But what Yukiko said next was even more surprising.
Why do I have to do that? It's not like I know her or anything.
I'm not going to help her because I don't know her? Is that really what she's saying? I can't understand that she might be cautious when meeting someone for the first time, but would Yukiko really think that way? It's got to be the same as with Yosuke. That same uncanny sense of wrongness is coming back to me when I hear Yukiko speak.
Not you too. Calm down and listen to me. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I can hear you clearly. What did you mean by you too?
When I try to question her, Yukiko's expression returns to normal. I can't tell anymore. She doesn't look like she's been being controlled by someone. Am I overthinking this too much? At the very least, she doesn't seem enthusiastic about this P1 Grand Prix.
The enemy is playing on us. They're trying to get us to fight each other. I'll say it one more time, Yukiko. I'd like you to protect this girl for me.
Sorry, but I don't know how to put this. It just feels like you're being really selfish. You always help people who have nothing to do with you, and I admire that. But where does that leave us? It's always your friends who get put in danger because of your self-centeredness.
I'm used to hearing her voice, but her words are scathing. I'm convinced now. There's no obvious change in her attitude like there had been with Yosuke, but something must be warping Yukiko's words too. Her words may seem like a sound argument, but she means something else. I don't care if someone who isn't related to me gets hurt. That's definitely not something Yukiko would say. The real Yukiko would never say something that disrespects the value of life that way. Don't be deluded. Whatever happened to Yosuke is happening to Yukiko too. I don't understand the details, but Yukiko hasn't had a complete change of heart.
What the? You could?
When I draw my sword, Miss President quickly tries to stop me. But I can't answer her right now. A battle will clear up this pointless misunderstanding between us. The time to fight is now.
Ooh, now that's our senpai. You'll show no mercy, not even to a girl if it's for your own goals. You're a real bastard with a sister complex. Keep it up and bring them all down.
I'm a real bastard with a sister complex. Ignore the taunts being delivered in Rise's voice. Even if our words aren't getting through to each other and we have to fight without understanding what's going on, we'll come to an understanding later. I have to believe. Both myself and my friends. I hold my sword to the side to protect Miss President, who is standing behind me.
You need to stay back. Whatever you see here, try to stay calm. Promise me you won't run away.
What happens next will probably surprise her greatly. But I doubt Miss President will run away. She's already shown me how strong her determination is. I glance at her over my shoulder. Although she looks worried, she still gives me a slight nod of agreement. Now, time to do this. Must end this as quickly as possible. I concentrate all my senses to summon my strength of heart, my persona, Izanagi. If I allow myself to go easy on Yukiko, she will surely defeat me. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stance. She resisted the idea of protecting Miss President, but she seems to have no qualms whatsoever about fighting me. There's definitely something else controlling her. Yukiko's back hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona. Back hair. Oh god. Yukiko's black hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona. Konohana Sakuya rises behind her. I never knew how to pronounce that. That's right. The usual Yukiko should have a beautiful heart like this. Wait for me. I will save you.
Final.
Yukiko Senpai and her fans are taking the stage! Persona, what a great battle! Choose your side to win! What a close battle! Finally, I'll have a critical hit connected! Alright, announcement over! Until next time!
Easy win. Alright, I'll still be here probably. Actually, I will also be RB. I'm going to leave that in the chat. Okie dokie.
The winner is you, Senpai! What an utter thrashing!
I love all this animosity! These cocky, self-righteous friends showing how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other. That's the real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting against my friends, but I know that there's no other way to save them. I'm resolved to do what must be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Rise have been affected just like Yosuke and Yukiko have. If they are, then there's no use trying to talk to them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much farther are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway? These guys are friends! What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
Miss President vents her frustration at Teddy's image on the monitor. But I was a bit surprised at how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, not why he had dragged the entire school into this mess. We've only just met, but she clearly sympathizes with us and understands the pain we're going through. I'm embarrassed, but proud at the same time. A girl with such compassion would be a great student council president. It's no wonder she was elected to represent the student body of Yasogami High.
Thanks, though.
It's not alright! This is...
She's still worked up. She lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is a little too honest, but her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
But you're not getting your wish.
What?
Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part. I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid! What kind of sensei are you?
I'm warning you now. If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives. But if you're an imposter hiding behind Teddy's face, I will make you pay for toying with us.
Oh shit, you's pissed. Teddy scoffs and turns around. The monitor suddenly switches off. Suddenly turning on us without any signs of remorse. That's not like Teddy at all. No, he's most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicion. Someone must be faking Teddy. Someone must be taking Teddy's form. Fuck, I can't read. Someone must be taking Teddy's form to make it look like he's the one committing these acts.
That girl's come around.
I immediately rush to Yukiko's side.
Yukiko, are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
No, it's okay. You weren't your usual self, but I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on. I'm sorry too. Did I hurt you?
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
I try to pass it off as a joke. We look at each other and laugh. Things are going the same way as they had with Yosuke. It's becoming clear now.
Did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
Yukiko hesitates as if even remembering it is a difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this is certainly finding the most annoying way of getting us to fight. But what I supposedly said to her doesn't matter. Yukiko's still hesitant to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry about it.
I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses. My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
Huh? You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
You sure you want to know?
If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair, is it? But that curiosity is in line with the Yukiko I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out to Miss President, who is standing behind us.
What kind of people are you? Hmm? Oh, right. We used our personas.
Yeah, we should at least explain to her what's going on.
She did see everything that had just happened. This would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduced Miss President and Yukiko to each other, and fill in the parts that I had left out of my previous explanation. I tell her about the personas. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside the television. And I tell her how the scenery here changes according to the hearts of the people who enter it. She looks doubtful while I'm talking, but considering that she's just seen our personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it at all either. She crosses her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that Yasogami High had a new student council president either. Yukiko apologizes for not having paid attention to the election.
And that's it in a
April.
nutshell.
So, that's what you meant by falling into a TV.
Yeah, which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
This school came from me? That's a lot to swallow. I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
That's right. I had doubts about that too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their persona to enter this world. Besides the obvious reasons such as not being able to escape and being unable to protect themselves from shadows, a person's shadow separates from them. The shadows that split off are strongly attached to the original people they came from, and will try to harm them if they try to become independent identities. I hadn't given it much thought since Miss President seems so energetic, but it's still possible that this has happened to her as well. I put this together with the conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago and come
Teddy
to a
who's hosting
conclusion.
this tournament. What if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Huh?
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter. A fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate is...
That's right. If we both saw an illusion, then at the very least the enemy has the power to delude our senses and make us see and hear things that aren't there. On top of that, it can alter what others hear us say and see us do. If it can do that, then I can easily see that our enemy can use that power to change its appearance. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. That still leaves the question as to why it would take on the appearance of someone it doesn't know. I've seen shadows in the past that took on bizarre appearances. This is the first time I've seen one impersonate an existing person. Does this shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale and is staring down at the ground. All this talk of shadow and another world doesn't seem to be reaching her. But she seems to be troubled at the thought that she might be causing all of this trouble. I'm about to tell her that the actions of her shadow aren't her fault. The Miss President rises to her
check out
feet.
the announcement room. That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if he came from me, then I gotta own up to the responsibility. As student body president, I can't let this go.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that? Go on. Show me the door.
Well...
Her eyes are filled with the fires of determination, just as they had been when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and her awareness of her duty say that she will never back down.
And you're gonna go save her, right? I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight. Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
No, don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do to help. Hell, that aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
Miss President declares this in a voice that brooks no argument and takes off running. Yikes. I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. I remember how fast she can run. If I'm going to go after her, I need to go at once or I'll lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Yukiko sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to say. She's right. There's so much we don't understand, but there's no way the investigation team can let a victim run off to die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I'd be leaving her alone and tells me to follow a girl whom she'd only just met. This is the exact opposite of the behavior she'd been displaying before the fight. Now that is the Yukiko Imagi that I know. I'm ashamed that I'd even slightly let myself be confused by the way I had heard her speak before, and I answer her.
Mm-hmm. I believe in you.
Yukiko nods to me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. I have to rely on the faint echoes of footsteps ahead to pursue Miss President through the school. I can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate because the invisible walls are everywhere. But the announcement room is upstairs. That obviously limits the paths that she can take. I'll catch up with her no matter what. I've been hearing this song a lot and I love it. I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast it's almost supernatural. I even begin to think that her path may not be hindered by the invisible walls. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, she's not a participant in the P1 Grand Prix. She didn't appear in the introduction video, and even though she'd been there when I faced off with Yukiko, she wasn't affected by the rules. Could she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her would be quite difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door appears in my path. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I don't have time to deal with this, or so I think, but when I consider the timing of its appearance, I can't help but feel that there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind and reach for the door. As I walk through the door, I feel a slight sense of lightheadedness, and close my eyes reflexively. When I open my eyes, I'm seated in my usual position, and Margaret is smiling quietly at me as if nothing is different. When she sees that I have noticed her, she speaks as if aware of my impatience.
You seem flustered, but time has no meaning here.
Margaret politely points this out, knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? I thought I had figured out a few things about this room, but it seems that there's still more for me to learn about it. If time doesn't pass while I'm in this room, then I should be considerate on what she's about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts,
It seems
Margaret
you've emerged
smiles.
victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth. Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this then?
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth. There is one thing I can tell you.
Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate. You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial.
I didn't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret
Everyone
had just said.
sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you. Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Margaret smiles mischievously and nods towards me. Mischievous Margaret. Another slight feeling of lightheadedness passes, and I return to the otherworldly school. The blue door is nowhere to be found, as if it had never been there to begin with. I look up. I still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be, but for some reason my mind is cleared up a bit. In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now I immediately see a recognizable feature. Her long ponytail.
Wait!
I found her.
It's too dangerous to go alone.
Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
That you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. Has she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it
then. Promise me that you won't leave my side, and you can't do anything rash. If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective custody. This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
I thought that I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger, but she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure she knows how I'm feeling, but
Hey.
she speaks up.
Mind if I ask you something?
What is it?
There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss
It's
President
tough,
continues.
being forced to fight your friends, huh? Oh, sorry. You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to
You're
me.
right. If I could avoid it, I would. But I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight? Or you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe. I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloomy look in her eyes.
You had to kill each other.
Kill each other? Truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I didn't even consider it. It's true that there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President casts her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? Felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Suddenly, it seems like her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that, and a slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts! Shit. My thoughts raced through my head while we walked down the hallway.
What are you doing?
Ow. I thought I broke my nose for a moment. That invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I'd relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I hold my nose and wave away, Miss President, who looks
There's
concerned.
an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then. Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters. This world sure is out there.
Miss President walks right through the place I had bumped into. So that must be the case. As I'd imagine, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. The entrance leading into the school building is ahead of us. But perhaps worst of all is that the wall I had just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I'll just have to find some other way. No, there are walls there too. And the same can be said for the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way we had come. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall has formed where I had just passed, and I can't go back. With walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. And if I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one thing.
This probably means.
The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. It means my third round in the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
You're still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. Looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed tactics.
So who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends? Okay, with the next challenger, come on down!
Best girl? Chie? Chie best girl? The general doesn't pick up on my intention and loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out, and who should appear from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see. 4 of us entered the TV together. I've already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then...
That's what I thought. You're the last of us, after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I'd felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko, too. But as they say, the third time's the charm. I have to see if Chie's in her right mind. I decide that the best way to do that is to be calm and start a conversation
you know
with
what
her.
they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right? Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend. I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I had to keep killing over and over, all because of you humans!
Now this is obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant, her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chie would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Oh right, carnivore was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still, what Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over.
Killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Hurts. I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
She's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other, all because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of Yasogami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've been cleared up of all the confusion between us. I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Rise's voice echoes through the area, as if she was waiting for this.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage. Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time? Let's get this show on the road. Ready?
Finally!
Behold, Senpai's secret kung fu style! This is turning into a very one-sided battle! Why, you! Well, fierce attack! Maybe good awakening! Will this turn the table? Dragon! Has the battle been decided? That looks like it hurt. A round of applause for both sides.
I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. Considering this is my 3rd time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all.
General Teddy has seen that the fight's ended without any injuries and spits his words through the monitor. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all the friends I came into the TV with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe. And then, we'll be able to go home. I walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. She's come back to her senses and she seems a little sheepish.
I think so. Man, you're strong. I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet and then tell her everything that's happened up to this
The others
point.
are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
Chie is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchanging smiles like nothing was wrong. Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
Tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me. Wait a sec. Who are you?
Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduce Miss President and tell Chie that she may be a victim of this case. But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Student Council President? You mean ours? That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
What are you saying? I'm the Student Council President. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
My name...
Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not that strange a question, is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. She and I share a tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My memories. No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Kill one another? I gasp when I hear the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normally. I glance at Chie, then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her aside. What power! I barely managed to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, this sudden breakdown. What in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I've helped Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What? No way!
Before I know it, Miss President has... Flying through the air, she was jumping. For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Chie and I look up in astonishment, and Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change direction and lands at a full run.
Who is that girl? Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
I can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. Chie apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes at my chest with her fingers as if by ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. I asked Chie if she'll be alright on her own now. She fires back, "Let me worried about that." I nod to her and begin running off after Miss President once more. I will save her no matter what. Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. I attempted to strike at the walls with my persona, but
so
nothing
many invisible
happened.
walls, one after another. Miss President can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is headed as well. But if there's a shadow waiting for me there, I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rise should be in the announcement room. And if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first, I think that this is a dead end, then I realize I can cut through a classroom and come out on the other side of the wall. So forcing me to enter the room rather than letting me go straight, this probably means I blame myself and put my hand on the back of the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind.
Hi. Senpai! Can you hear me? Please answer me!
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of Risei's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming through the PA system. This is indeed the Risei that I know.
Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room. Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Risei! What's wrong, Risei?
There's no answer. The communication has been cut off. Something happened in the announcement room. My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Risei as well. It's clear to me that they must have been worried about her using her persona powers to tell the truth. That's not important right now. If she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think of Rise as Risei as being less valuable than those who had to fight. She seemed okay, but who knows what might happen to her now.
Pardon me for
hurry.
interrupting while you are lost in thought.
A hand brushes my shoulder in surprise. I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get so lost in thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. I look up and see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her... There's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior frameworks of her body where her joints connect.
Startle you.
You're...
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aigis. And no, I am not human. You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san, correct?
The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And she did say she wasn't human. It's, well... When Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke, but a stranger says it? It sounds like they truly believe it. Ah. This is a pain.
Is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things. No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyways. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from this subject. I clear my throat and try to start over.
Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
The destruction of shadows?
She fights shadows? But how could you do that if...
Yes, I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another Persona user outside of my group of friends, and a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with all this. From the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans. But isn't this something that is far beyond those? Still, I can't help but believe the evidence of my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Who am I to say that what's strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural tools of its own. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here. But I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix is so similar to the events of last year. But to think that it would involve someone like her... I don't have a dear picture of everything that's happened. But that's for sure. Oof. I call myself and ask her what I feel like she would tell me what she's sick, what she's doing in the world.
Of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then, I think this is going to be the last fight. Monitor inside the classroom turns on. It's at that moment that I suddenly remember it's likely that I'm going to have to fight here. I'd forgotten about sensing that which a victim entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to score with her?
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the... You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next, don't you?
The general on the monitor gave me a twisted smile. Could Aiga-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger. That's being set against me. Aiga-san seems to understand this as well and is starting to monitor within a quicker range. She continues staring at the monitor with quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Read better.
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yet,
I have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
Sorry about that, I need a drink. Neither of us, in other words, can back down, and there should be no hard feelings. Yeah. Aiga-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. A bitter thought comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends, but for some reason having to hurt someone that I don't even know is tougher. Another thought comes on the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. What gives me the right to stop her on her mission? Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should talk this over before we do anything.
We will speak more of this after.
Aiga-san says this too quickly, as if she is a recycling plot device. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking, but I realize that she's right. What good would it do for us to talk things over? The truth loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither one of us is going anywhere. It doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better if we don't have to hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be my why Aiga-san hasn't told me everything. This must be her version of kindness. Silently I reach for my sword. I guess Sun appears to smile directly when I do. Right, I'm not gonna give up on what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. And I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I will use everything I can to protect them. To thank me for her consideration, I made it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the fight.
There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more fight, and then I think I'm gonna call it for the night.
Final. Fight.
Go. Heavy damage. Severe impact. No! Damage. Light damage. Heavy damage. No! Light damage. Severe impact. Persona fire. Go down. Severe damage. Severe impact. Light damage. My other stat. No!
And I'm gonna stop it there. So this is really fun. I've been rather enjoying this. I'll likely do more of it because I'm very interested to see where that story goes, but for right now, I am whooped. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for coming out to the stream. As usual, this will be up on my YouTube channel soon after. Thanks to everyone who is active in my chat, BSing with me, helping time go by. Tomorrow is going to be Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Since I finished the remake, I want to keep going with Crisis Core. Since I started it like 2 months ago. So that's going to be next. But I will come back to this eventually. Good night, Shulk. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it, man. And everyone watching this on YouTube later, have a good